Hi, I'm Angela Ryder. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about something that is small that you can do that makes a big difference in your ability to receive your intuitive guidance. These are little micro choice tweaks that you do that take you out of autopilot. When you choose to do something differently, especially for things that don't matter, it wakes up new neural pathways in your brain and also signals to your spirit team that you're open to be guided. And here's, the problem with us being an autopilot. I mean, most of us run a large portion of our day on autopilot, and some of it's really useful stuff, like the routines that just help us move through life efficiently and automatically, like when you grab the keys, you grab your bag and coffee and go. And these are what are called anchor habits. They are things that anchor you in your day, and they reduce decision fatigue. You don't have to think about things. They lower your anxiety because you're not mulling them over in your brain. You just do them automatically, and that lets your brain conserve the bandwidth for when you need it later in the day. But the problem is, being on constant autopilot also has a non-beneficial side effect. It's like you handed the wheel to your habitual mind and your awareness or presence is zoned out in the passenger seat. It's like the times when you drive to work and not remember the trip, or move through your day and realize you don't remember most of it. Like, what happened? I get it. I get it. Some days it's just like that. You go through the motions trying to get through the day and get into your bed. But when you're checked out, that also means you're not very open to being guided. I mean, you can get insight and downloads that come through in like those trance-like moments in the shower or during repetitive tasks, but those are like passive openings where guidance comes through. It's not like being present and notice guidance around you and within you. So what I'm sharing today is about how to actively shake things up, and the simplest way to reboot your receptive brain and your inner guidance system. And this is the little bit of science behind that. There's research that shows that when you make small changes or introduce what they call novelty into your routine tasks, it changes your brain. These small variations to your day taking a different route to work, or doing familiar tasks in a different way, or using your non-dominant hand for something simple. These are like the small changes or deviations that activate those new neural pathways that your autopilot brain just whizzes by, bypasses those totally. And it's like these little tweaks wake up your brain's attention system and signal something is different happening, and your brain starts to pay attention in a different way. It's not like a hyper-vigilant way. It's more like a little spark went off in a different area of your brain that your brain wakes up and goes, oh, hello. So these small changes aren't things that are going to cause you stress. You are not trying to throw a wrench into how you do things. They're just a small micro tweak in your day. And more on the research is that the studies show that making these little choices to do things differently absolutely has to be low stake things for this to work well. You do not want to pick things that have consequences. You just want to pick things that don't matter. Because if you choose something that might make you forget something important, that's just going to cause anxiety, and then your brain goes into problem solving mode, which kind of undoes what the tweak was trying to do. So the goal is to choose things where it's small, effortless, but it's just different enough to make it feel different to you. And again, I do mean really simple things like changing the order you put your socks on, or which side of the bed you make up first, or, picking up something using your non-dominant hand. And so I want to share a little bit about what I discovered when I started doing these little micro tweak choices. So when I first started doing them throughout my day, I noticed that my intuitive perception also opened up. It's like when making these small little choices to do things differently, you're actually doing two things at once. One, your attention wakes up and brings you back into the present moment rather than running on autopilot. And 2, it sends a signal to your intuition and your spirit team that you're back online, paying attention and open to being guided. Because when you're on autopilot, your brain kind of says, oh, I already know how this is going to go. I'm just going to go on cruise control. But that's how you miss out on a lot of signs and inner nudges. But when you are consciously choosing these little things to change, your brain goes, hey, something's happening. I'm here for it, but what's going on? So I found that this practice of doing these small tweaks has helped me be more, receptive. It's like the new pathways help me see synchronicities and tune into guidance that I might not have noticed if I'd been running on autopilot. It's like doing something different sends up the bat signal to my intuition to say, I'm here and the door's open, come on in. And that's a fun way to look at it. It's like, oh, I'm activating my intuition. And I do want to stress that, if you have nervous system wiring or for any reason that your routines are really important to you, we do not want you to change anything about that. That can cause anxiety. And actually, your routines aren't a problem. Those are your anchor habits that help you get through your day, and you don't want to mess with those. What I'm suggesting and sharing is something different. It's just the moments in your day where you do have flexibility, where there isn't any consequence for choosing differently, and where it's just a routine habit rather than like your support structure to help you. And it's a simple practice. Look for low stakes moments in your days where nothing depends on the order or how you do them. Like do the dark close before your light close, take a different street when you walk the dog, pick up things and hold your coffee in your other hand. Just choose differently where you can do it consciously, and it doesn't matter, because the act of choosing is the practice. So just notice what happens in your awareness when you do this. You might find yourself more present, feel more in your body, and more available to notice what's going on around you. And if you wanted to add an intention and think about this when you're making your little tweak, you can internally say to your spirit team, I'm open to receive guidance. Your team is always standing by, and here's that invitation. It's like you flipping that bat signal on. And to wrap it up, autopilot can really help you be efficient, but choosing to do things a little differently actually helps keep you open. And these small tweaks in your daily life wakes up your neural pathways. It brings your awareness online, and it signals to your intuition and spirit team that you're available to receive. And you do not need to overhaul your life or do anything extra that adds burden or anxiety. Just take a few moments throughout your day to choose something different and do it on purpose, and just do it for things that don't matter. Like, take the cookie instead of the donut. I hope you try it and then notice what shifts and feels different for you. And I'd love to hear about it, and let me know in the comments. And if you'd like support developing your intuitive awareness or connecting to your spirit team, I have sessions available, and the link is in the description. I'll see you next time.